Alright, let's see.
Good afternoon. We're gonna pick some low-hanging fruit today. A tier list video. I'm gonna rank all of the extreme demons I've beaten so far. However, I will not just rank the levels based upon like how much I enjoyed beating them. I will actually judge the levels as a whole, as well as my personal experience with the levels. I'm gonna go through them in chronological order. Let's waste no time and get into the first one, Meltdown by Darwin. This was the first extreme demon I beat. Still to this day I have no idea if this is even an extreme demon. Who knows? It was extreme demon when I beat it and it's still extreme demon now, so we're putting it on the list. I had a pretty good experience with it. Like both the decoration and gameplay never really falls off, and the difficulty is also pretty consistent. At least that's how I remember it. And basically the gimmick of the level is that it got like a 1.9 kind of layout, but with 2.1 decoration, and also a few gameplay elements. There's like a lot of 4 times in this, which is one of the things I don't like about it. The 4 times goes on for a bit too long. It makes it very hard for me to focus on it. That's just something I personally don't like, but that's pretty much all I have to say about this one. So verdict, I think this is just a solid B tier level for me. Next up we got Cataclysm, a level that everyone knows. And because everyone just knows this level and you know how massive the level is in the game's history, it's just a level that you just naturally want to do at some point when you get good enough. I've always wanted to play Cataclysm. It looked like really fun to me, you know, when I was new to the game. And I'm actually kind of surprised that I had a really good time with the level. Because, you know, the expectations of playing Cataclysm has like been building over years. And I finally get my hands on it and it doesn't like just fall flat. That's actually kind of surprising in retrospect. I mean, the level just holds up really well, even though it's really old. For the time it was made, it just looks great. I think there's really good color mixing in this level, and it's just pretty enjoyable to play as well. The updated ship part is kind of meh. I don't like that it has like hidden big and small portals in the ship part. It's kind of whack. But after the dark part, which looks amazing by the way, I love that part, the level just kind of starts to like tread water. I mean, the whole straight fly shenanigans isn't that bad, but it's not really a high point in the level. And then the last wave is just put there to make it a full length level. I don't know, the level falls a bit off at the end, but other than that it holds up really well. I think this is another like all around B tier. Next up we got Hypersonic. It's not the best picture I chose. Can you even see this is Hypersonic? Let me know down in the comments if you actually guessed this was Hypersonic before I said it. Why the hell did I even put this level on the list? It's not even like Extreme Demon. Well, it is in the game, but I don't think it's Extreme Demon. Fun fact, this is the only Sonic level I've beaten. I both started Super and Ultra Sonic, but I never finished them. And it actually surprised me that of all of the 3 levels, Hypersonic was the one I finished. Let me start off by saying that I don't hate this level, but I don't like it either. I think the best thing about this level is how it looks. I think there's a lot of like interesting parts in this level. Dudex, Rustam, I can't remember who the creators are, but the 2 last parts in the level also look pretty good. But most of the gameplay is it's passable. It's not the greatest. I hate Synthetic Alpha's part. I hate Sapunch's part, and also Pan Man a little bit. Oh yeah, Manix is not good. I don't know why, but I actually really enjoyed Manix when I started playing this level, I remember. And then by the end of it, I absolutely hated Manix, and I don't know why. That is just the biggest problem with this level. The longer you spend on it, the more you just start to dislike it. It all just hangs in the balance of how lucky you get with Terron, because that is infamously difficult. And I actually quite enjoyed my time with it, somewhat, until I died a few times to Terron. Then I just won it out, and almost everything I liked about the level turned like sour for me. And also like Pan Man's part, supposedly the hardest part of the level, but I never found that part that hard, because the duel, it's very complicated, but you can easily cheese it to make it like really easy. The gameplay just needs a lot of polish, I would say. Okay, should I put it D or E? E seems a bit too harsh. I mean, it isn't that bad, but D tier almost seems too high for Hypersonic. Because I like most of the decoration and there also is some enjoyable parts in this level, I think it just about reaches like D tier. Alright, next up we got Whoa, wrong layer. Next up, we got Elliptic Curve. My first real extreme demon, so to say. Oh man, I had the worst experience with this level. I died so many times to the end, like 10 times to 90 plus, I think. I died at 97, 95, 94 times 2. Maybe I even died at 96 as well, or 95 again, I can't remember. Long story short, it was a hostage situation. Gameplay wise, this level is kind of like a mixed bag. The pre-drop is really, I just don't like it. And then there's the first part of the drop, which was easily the hardest part in the level for me. That part was just incredibly inconsistent and weird for me. I could just not wrap my head around it. But I was probably just being stupid, you know, this being my first extreme and all. And then I also remember there's like this wave spam at 70%, which which is like so fucking, it's a huge choke point in the level. The obstacles are like pasted around like randomly, and it's just so annoying. I hate when there's wave span like that. So pretty much like half of this level I don't like, and the other half is like actually really good. I really enjoy the rest of the level. The gameplay goes really well to the song, and also all the effects in the level like sync up with the song some way or somehow. And it just looks good, you know. It's very flashy. But the level is damn near called Epileptic Seizure, so of course it's very flashy. So plugging this one into the tier list, I think it's a solid C tier. Oh, buddy boy, I've been looking forward to this next one, so I can absolutely just shit on this level. We've got Ice Carbon Diablo X. And yes, I know this is Insane Demon now. I put Hypersonic on the list even though I think it's Insane Demon. So I think it's only fair because it was extreme when I beat it. Like everything that isn't a ship on this level is just filler. And most of it is like hard demon difficulty. It's impossible to judge what difficulty this level is when it has like the whole spectrum in one level. But nevertheless, one thing we can all agree on is that this level is trash. This level is the worst kind of level because it's not frustrating to play. It's boring to play. Like I remember damn near falling asleep multiple times while playing this level. It's one of the few levels where I actually started to listening to other music while I was playing because I was that bored, like nothing was stimulating me. And that's another reason why this one is extreme, because the level is so mind-numbing that you start to play worse. The ship parts aren't even like that satisfying to play. There's like no music thing to go with it. And I normally really like flying. It's just a whole bunch of straight flying and some annoying inconsistent ship parts. Luck base doesn't really look good for its time either. Weird gameplay. The orbs, oh yeah, the orbs are not placed properly. Oh my god, that's another thing I forgot. This level is just a clear F tier for me. I would rather play a level that is really frustrating than play a level like ICDX where it's so boring that I'm about to fall asleep. That's the worst thing because there's nothing to keep me invested. This next level is very, very special to me because this level both broke me and built me back up again, if that makes any sense. When I was doing this, I was not really fully recovered from Elliptic Curve, and I was just not ready for another experience like that. And you know, I'm a very stubborn person, so even though I felt like it was getting too much for me, I just kept playing until I was completely demotivated from playing this game at all, and I actually had to stop, because if I couldn't beat this level, there was like no way forward for me. And I didn't really play the game for almost a whole year until I came back to beat this level, and I finally beat it. As for the level, I think it's pretty good. This level is just very focused on skill-based gameplay. It's always clear what you have to do, it's always clear to see, and this level looks so good. The problem is that this level is horribly unoptimized. I don't know how this is possible, but this level only has like 70,000 objects or something like that, and it's so unstable that I doubt anyone can even run it because of the ball part shown in here. There's so many move triggers in the background. I played this level on 2 different computers. One of them was much more jacked up than the last one, and I still couldn't run it. Now that wouldn't be so bad if the low detail mode was actually good, because the low detail mode just strips the entire level of all the backgrounds, which is like the main attraction of the level, and some of the parts even look like a layout, and it's just a version of the level that like 99.9% of players are stuck with. Like, I want to put this level so much higher. The unoptimization of this level and the low detail mode just really drags it down. This next one is just all around boner fuel. It's Artificial Dream by Virus. It's easily one of the most like consistent levels I've ever played. You always feel like you're getting better at the level, you know, because the level is kind of learny at first, and then you like figuring the parts out, and it's really fun, and you're getting better. And then when you got all the parts, it's just all a steep curve of just getting more and more consistent. The level has a really clear-cut aesthetic. It's kind of like what the Technology series should have looked like if it was like a cohesive project, I guess. I would just say that this level is just a great level overall, like easy A tier. Okay, Forbidden Isle. Now, Forbidden Isle is an example of a level that just does everything it's supposed to do good enough to just overall make it a great level. Like, the gameplay is just simple, but it's just fun. It works. The level's design isn't anything amazing, you know. Quality of the decoration just stays the same throughout the whole level. I mean, it all just like complements each other, and it just adds up to a really great level from like start to finish. And I think the level deserves a nice B tier. Singularity, my current hardest demon, but not for long though. Now, I think that this level absolutely nails its theme and how it's presented. I mean, like, just look at the look at the beginning. Like, have you ever seen a transition so clean? And so basically you're traveling to the edges of a black hole for some reason, but then you get sucked into it at the end. Symbolized by the dash orb. It kind of like looks like it sucks you in, you know. Maybe I'm reading too much into this, but then like you go into the black hole and there's this like final part at the end, And there's like this first ship part you meet gets like slow paced and it just really feels claustrophobic. That like whole last sequence, that nerve-wracking as hell. And the level doesn't stop there because the gameplay is just really great and the song fits perfectly, even though the song is like not really about space or black holes at all. And there's lots of variety in the ship gameplay, it's not just straight flying. I mean, this level deserves no less than A tier. Next level, oh my god, it's 666. This level is balls to the wall fucking fun. Hell themes, they have been done to death at this point. And this level takes that idea and puts a completely unique spin on it. Kind of taking inspiration from the cartoonish versions of the occult, but also like uses these like stick figures and Cartoon Network kind of like skeletons. I mean, the decoration on this level is just a work of art. This level is just metal as hell with no compromises, and I love it for that. And this is a memory demon, and I fucking love memory demons. Before I just kind of liked them, and this level made me fall in love with them. If you like memory demons and you want to get into some of the extreme demons in that category, 666 is the level you want to start with. For an extreme demon, there's like nothing difficult skill-wise about it, and you will not be disappointed. The gameplay on this is really fun to figure out, especially like the first and second part. There's like a lot of orbs on screen, and some of those orbs are not just there to trick you into hitting them. You can actually do certain parts multiple ways with the different orbs that's pasted throughout the level. Usually with memory demons, it's just like there's one clear-cut path, and the adventure is finding that path. It just adds, you know, an extra touch to the gameplay that you didn't know you needed. Yeah, I mean, this level is just the easiest S tier of my life. Next up, a level I also damn near forgot I beat, but maybe we should give it E? Nah, no way there's E. Like, volume, there's nothing inherently bad about the level. It's just, it's a level, we can agree on that. I wouldn't say it's boring to play, but it's not like fun to play either. Like maybe you're gonna get a little bit of a kick first time you pass the wave, but that's like the most this level is gonna do to you. The style is just not really landing for me. It's like meant to be 1.6 style designs or something like that. And I guess they nailed that department, but 1.6 just didn't look that good, did it? Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just, this level is just a D tier. Okay, so Bloodbath. This level is going to be very difficult for me to rank because I did not have a good experience with this level. I fucking hated beating this. But I think the reason for that is just that I was just not doing so well at that time when I was doing it. I was really low on motivation because when I practiced it, I enjoyed the hell out of it. It's all about just getting to Michigan every attempt. The beginning is much easier than the rest, so you would think that it's like very easy to get consistent at that. But then there's that transition from the like spam ball part into the first ship. There's no way to do the ball consistently every time because you're just basically just spamming. So you transition into the ship differently every time, and it's like so annoying. And luckily Michigan actually did get very consistent for me, but then crack just came in and ruined my day. For some reason my practice on crack fell off just by the time I got really good at Michigan. But anyway, I can see how great the level is for when it was made, and like I said, I think it's solid. Like I had a lot of fun playing this level in practice, and I could really see the quality of the level. Anyway, I'm not gonna ramble on too much about it. Like, people just have said everything about this level, and I think it just deserves a B tier. Deception Dive. Oh, this one is hard to rank. What the fuck? I massively fluked it from 71, which was pretty incredible because all the extreme demon parts are from that point and onwards. I was very happy about that, and naturally that made me feel pretty good about this level. If I take a step back and actually look at the level, I can see that it's just not good. There is some weird parts that doesn't play properly. The level has 10 different styles going on. Like, how many creators are in this level? 13, 14 or something like that. It has 14 different styles going on then. And the difficulty is not consistent. It starts out as like a hard demon / medium demon, then insane demon, and then extreme demon at the end. Like, what? But I guess it all like progresses nicely in difficulty, but I don't think that was the plan. I think that's just a lucky fluke, because you can see from the decoration that there was like no sense of direction whatsoever. But I guess I can give it credit for like actually progressing in difficulty. There's at least like some sort of structure to it. Should we put it in E tier? Is that too much? Well, there's also the bugs at the end. I think I'm gonna have to give it E tier. Maybe I'm too harsh, but who cares? It's my list. Darkened. This is the perfect example of what Deception Dive could have been. This is a banger mega collab. Every creator were on the same page and they were all making the same type of level. instead of making like 13 different levels. Every part is slow paced, it has timing based gameplay, it has the same color scheme, it all works in tandem. I mean, Destiny is probably one of the best mega collabs ever made. And also Yoon's part at the beginning looks amazing. I really like that part as well. Like every part just looks good in this level. I got super unlucky with this level. The very last part is not hard at all. It's like one of the easiest parts in the level. And I died there five times for like no reason whatsoever. But even though that happened and I spent like probably 2 weeks longer on this level than I should have, I still just enjoyed my time with it. It's just an enjoyable level. I think this is an easy A tier. Awakening Horus. Goofy R level by Juhu. This level looks unique, man. I love Juhu's style. It's just very unique and distinctive to him. The gameplay is consistently great. I can't remember if there's anything annoying about this level. It was just good. Probably put it in B tier, man. There's so many levels in B tier. Oh my god. Necropolix. This level is probably not that good, but I just like to give it more credit because it takes Necropolis, which I absolutely hate, and actually turns it into a level that's pretty good. For a level to do that, it earns a lot of respect for me, because it actually carries over the tropes from Necropolis really well, and kind of like recreates the experience to be just like 10 times better. It's just Necropolis in 2.1 and actually good. So I really think it's a B tier level. Hateful Reflection. I never thought that a 9 circles level would impress me this much. The gameplay on the level is really well crafted. You never miss a portal, plays how it should, and it's like really satisfying. The music sync, how the level works with the song is just great. It's intense, it's fun, and I love the 4-time sections where it like goes into short bursts of 4 times, not too much 4 times, but it just like utilizes the more intense parts of the song and highlights them with short like 4-time sections. It's great. There was named like Hateful Reflection. There's some kind of evil manifestation of yourself, and I kind of read that as your subconscious mind who's like doubting yourself and, you know, working against you. It's kind of like a visual representation of that by screwing with your visibility and putting the text up on the screen, like what you're telling yourself in your head while you're playing. And I think this level just ends up becoming much more than just another 9 circles level. Anyway, I think this level is just a solid A tier, honestly. Dark Rivalry. I always wanted to do this level for some reason, and when I finally got around to it, it kind of fell flat. Well, I like the ship parts in this level. They were fun to do. This level is just horribly unbalanced, and the last part is weird. I don't like it, but it could have been much worse. When this level is firing on all cylinders, it's pretty great, you know. It's fun and intense. The atmosphere is great in this level, but all the issues, like, I can't really give it higher than C, I think. Okay, so that's all the extreme demons I've beaten. I have 2 left though, but I've not beaten these yet. But those are the levels I'm working on right now. I played them a lot at this point, so I feel like I can give a pretty good answer to how I feel about them already. First up, Distraught by Alkali and all these other motherfuckers. Now, I absolutely loved this level when I practiced it. However, when I got into normal mode, things started to change a little bit. And I wouldn't say this level is bad by any stretch of the means. There's just a few things that really annoys me about this level. I mean, first up, there's the 93 timing. That's just kind of stupid. It's basically impossible to time that green orb. Beginning is supposed to be a really hard timing part, and it definitely is. But then there's like burst clicking sections in the beginning, and they don't sync up with anything. I don't understand why they're there. And I'm convinced that Alkali put that there just to annoy you, man. Because the first part is hard enough with all the timings, and then there's just thrown some burst clicking in there for no apparent reason. And there's this next one which is even worse. Like, this level is just too hard for me to enjoy because it has a lot of wave and burst clicking, which are things I'm not that good at. But the level itself is really good. I think the gameplay is super fun. It's some of like the most satisfying gameplay I've ever played. Honestly, the level looks incredible. Overall, this level is an A tier. But yeah, if I was better at the game, I would enjoy the level a lot more. And then Killbot, which is even harder than Distraught, but I'm perfectly able to enjoy this level. This level feels so much easier than Distraught, and this also has some very high CPS gameplay. But the thing is that Killbot nails it. It does it right. The whole difficulty of the pre-drop comes from it being high CPS. There's no like incredibly hard timings at the beginning. The beginning is just there to tire you out. But before you go into the next part, it gives you a break where you can like recover, you know, readjust your hand on your mouse. Even though there's a break in it, it doesn't like compromise what the level is trying to do. I mean, a 5-second break is not really gonna heal my finger. It's still gonna wear my finger down over time. It just gives me a chance when I'm actually playing the level. High CPS is part of the difficulty at the beginning, and it actually gives you a chance to get better at it if you're not used to it. I usually hate high CPS gameplay, but this level just does it right. Every input is synced really well to the song, so it actually feels like there's a purpose to the high CPS, right, Distraught? But anyway, this level is like ecstasy. It's a very, very consistent level, I gotta say, man. And I mean, the theming and the decoration of the level just works really well together. I mean, I don't think I need to explain it. I mean, this level is just a masterpiece on all levels. I can't give it any lower than S tier. That's just how it is. But anyway, that's my extremely biased Extreme Demon tier list. Thank you for stopping by. Have a great day.